Hey guys, welcome to another edition of PTR. Today we are going to be doing our overall review of the Apple iPad. I'm Max.
I'm Dave. Let's get to the review.
Yep. Alright guys, first up in our review is the design category.
The design of this new iPad first generation is actually pretty good. It's relatively slim, as you can see. It's probably less than 1/4 of an inch. The screen is gigantic, actually. It's much bigger than the
Yeah, maybe you only have like half an inch of space that isn't the screen on the front.
It's actually a lot bigger than the iPhone and the iPod Touch. It's a real nice screen, actually.
You can see the home button here.
Home button.
If you click the home button in the home screen, it'll just take you to the search. And if you flip it around, you can see right here on the top, this is where you get your 3G signal, if you have the 3G service, or even the Wi-Fi signal.
There's also the headphone jack up here, obviously.
There.
Volume button over here.
The lock button to lock it and turn it off also.
And the back with the iPod logo, Apple.
Yep, and that's pretty much it for the design. Alright guys, this is the features portion of our review. As we press the lock or home button here, we come to the lock screen. And it's just like the iPod or the iPod Touch, where you have the slide to unlock button. Actually, here is a little different. If you press this button, it'll take you to actually like a slideshow of pictures. And you press it again to go back to the other one, and it shows the time and the date up there. And once we log in, sorry.
Also, it can be held both ways, obviously.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, pretty much you can turn it any way,
Same
which
thing.
is different. Yep. So and then as soon as we the home screen here, log in or unlock, you see there you can actually have a changing background scheme, which is different than some of the early versions of the iPad Touch and the iPhone. The newer versions do. I think the 4th generation iPhone and the 4th generation iPod Touch. And if you scroll through here, this is on the last page of the apps. If you scroll this way, you can see nice full pages of apps that pretty much fill up the whole screen. New apps that come with the iPad. Nothing really new, but it's kind of enhanced better for the iPad. So here we have Safari comes with it. We have the App Store, iTunes, videos, settings, YouTube, maps, notes, contacts and calendars, and photos, and the iPod feature. The iPod feature is like the iPod feature on the iPhone. Obviously, there's no iPod feature on the iPad Touch because it is an iPod. But see, if you come here, you can scroll through. It's kind of better than the iPhone iPod feature. It's cool. It's almost like you're in the iTunes. When you open iTunes on your computer and you have all this list of stuff, podcasts, all your playlists and stuff, your library. So when we go back here, the Safari is absolutely excellent on iPad. It's as we're in Wikipedia here, it's just phenomenal. It's like the iPod and iPhone Safaris, but I mean it's obviously a bigger screen, so it's more like an actual computer. Yep. There's the apps on the iPad. Sorry about the pause. The apps are also much better. You can get apps from anywhere from the iPhone and iPod Touch apps, which you can get for free or for how much they are. And then you can also get from premium original iPad apps, which are apps that they're a little bit more expensive, obviously because the iPad is more expensive.
Pottery anymore?
Yeah. Here is I think I mentioned Pottery in my iPad app review video. Pottery is a premium iPad. Yep. App. And so, here's just a whole bunch of apps ranging from iPod Touch and iPhone apps to iPad apps. And like I said, the iPad apps are a little bit more expensive because the iPad is expensive on its own. So, other than that, it's pretty cool.
Has a lot of features in this one.
Yep.
In this iPad.
And also, one more thing I want to talk about. Going back to the apps, right here we have like an Apple designed app, and there's not many apps designed specifically by Apple, but on the iPad they have a lot of the Mac apps that you can get for your Mac computer. Like here we have Keynote, which is a Microsoft PowerPoint design
for the Mac
app for the Mac if you were unfamiliar with it. And it's really nice. You can make your own thing here. I think it's a little more expensive, maybe from between $10 and $20. But I mean, I know it's a really helpful app if you're into business and using your iPad for business. So overall, guys, that's just some of the features of the iPad. But those are pretty much some of the main features. So that's the.
Now we're gonna move on to the performance section of our review. Performance of this iPad is really good actually. The internet is very good. It's run on a 3G network, and there's 2 different types of 3G networks you can get. I'm not exactly sure the specifics, but one of them is a little cheaper, runs pretty fast, but
Yeah,
the other
the other one is much faster.
other one's much faster. It's a little bit more expensive though.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever your personal preference is, if you don't mind paying a little more to get faster internet, you know, but you also could get the lower one. It works just well as what we have on this. Also with the performance, we're going to talk about the speaker that's in it. The speaker that's used with the iPod, it's on the bottom here.
If you can see that.
Yep. It goes pretty loud actually. It goes much louder than a regular iPod.
Here, we're actually doing an example for you.
Yep.
I mean, it might sound kind of bad at you, but it kind of
it's good in real person, in real life.
All right, we'll do All You Need Is Love from the Beatles.
It's the loudest it can go right here. It's much louder than an iPod.
Alright, so that's just an example.
Yeah, you can go pretty loud. That's it for the performance. Bottom line PTR rating of the iPad is a 9 out of 10. The only thing really keeping it back from a 10 out of 10 perfect score is that it doesn't have a camera on the back.
Also, when you're using but Steve Jobs, we know you'll make a camera.
Yeah, he'll make a camera with the next one.
Also, when you're using the iPhone and iPod Touch apps, I know that's kind of a lot to ask for, but it doesn't go full screen originally, and when you make it full, yeah, all right.
Try like the ESPN one.
We'll just use PGA Tour here.
Yeah,
we're big golfers. Once this opens, see this.
Screen.
This is what it originally comes up as.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's really little. I mean, that's the size of your iPhone, but when you try and make it go full screen, the definition isn't as good, and it still doesn't actually go full screen. So that's not a big deal, but that's just one of the reasons it's not perfect.
Yep. Overall, a very good device, and we look forward to seeing the new iPad coming out in a couple months, probably.
It's fun for all types of people. If you want entertainment, it's got some great games. If you have money, a lot of money. But it's good for people that want to use it for business, such as Keynote. You can also get like a Pages, which is a Word for Mac. And yep. So overall, it's a great device.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching another edition of PTR. I'm Max.
I'm Dave, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Rate, comment, subscribe.